fucking suck. Robo 43. Just generally checking in. Charlie O'Neill has been reinstated to a rightful fucking place on my bedroom wall. And fucking that's cause Michelle and I fucking went our separate ways. And I was fucking like, look Michelle, fucking one party ends, another one fucking begins. Fucking, and she was fucking cut up, eh? Michelle used to hate fucking facial hair, so first thing I did was grow a moustache and fucking little goatee there. Fucking paid dividends already, eh? Hey y'all, hope you enjoyed that little intro just there. It was there to introduce you to the different sides of Michelle. That's me. Alright, so this is in response to some of the videos from the Robo 93 and in particular his facial hair blog. It's like, what else? You dumped me. Oh, so what didn't happen, Robbo, is that I dumped you and you cried about it for half an hour in the boys' toilets and then had to get sent home with a migraine. And, you know, I do like facial hair. On men. Not, Robbo, on, like, little boys with that little bum fluff shit that looks like it's come off a dead chicken. So, you know, I like real facial hair on real men. And so, in a way, Robbo, you are right, that does kind of exclude you, doesn't it?
When I was a kid, I ranged between plump to obese. But that didn't stop me in the classroom. No. I could get any boy who sat next to me to totally fall in love with me. But that all kind of stopped when I was 12 and we moved towns. And I went to the Catholic school, at which point I was at my biggest. And it was hell as soon as I walked into there. And it was worse getting teased by the boys than the girls, because whilst I was getting vivid sex dreams about them, they were calling me names like Powder Puff, Michelin Man, So Chunky You Can Carve Her, The Man. And my ability to flirt with boys was just kind of replaced with a general humiliation whenever I was around them.
Oh, and do not say I was jealous of Charlie or what's her name on your bedroom wall. I was not jealous of her. Do not pretend you're not jealous of Charlie O'Neill and you don't know a fucking name. And I'll show you why you're jealous. That is why. Because you know, Michelle, you will never have a rap like that. And for a little fucking fact, Timo told me, Michelle, that you offered him a head job 2 weeks after we broke up. And he said no. Because he's my best mate. And you know, I do have that. And then some. Ting. Why don't you and your little best mate, Timo, sound this out together? Because Robert, maybe you might need his help. Because I know for a fact he is much, much better at some things than you.
By the time we moved to the city, I'd lost all of my weight. And at my new high school, I ended up forming this amazing connection with this boy who, when I first met him, I actually thought he was gay. But I kind of omitted that from my memory when we started going out, and it was amazing. He walked into the room, I'd get turned on, I constantly wanted to get down his pants. But after we'd been going out for a few months, it kind of got weird. Like, if we were kissing, he'd purposely pass phlegm on to me and think that it was really, really funny. Or, you know, he'd pin me down to the ground and just repetitively blow in my mouth and think that it was really, really funny. You know, if I went to kiss him, he'd just be like, "Fuck, get off me, you're raping me." Or, you know, if I made a pleasurable noise when we were kissing, he'd be like, "Did you just make a noise?" And, you know, it's because he couldn't express his sexuality at the time, he kind of took it upon himself to kind of silence mine.
So last week I posted up a blog, like a memorial blog for the 1 year anniversary of Michael Jackson's death. I kind of acknowledged my own kind of anxiety about the whole thing. I've been trying to do diaphragmatic breathing, which is when you breathe in, to hold it, and then kind of let it go, and try to let all the tension on the way out. I'd appreciate it if anyone out there had any good links to any good relaxation and breathing videos on YouTube, or if you could send me a message with anything.
Today is breath. Breathing. As the yogis would call their controlled, conscious breathing, pranayama. It allows us to clear our mind of all of this conscious clutter.
But what I've been trying to do
Thoughts
is,
competing
every day when I come home from the library, I sort of I set up myself
a
a
long,
meditation space
strenuous day
in
of
the
work,
night. So
having to rush from one place to
A few years ago, I was on fire, working 3-4 jobs, studying full time, working night and day, but it didn't matter because I was passionate. And then I crashed. And, you know, I still kind of had these obligations to fulfill, but I just didn't really seem to be able to. And you know, I started to get kind of pins and needles, kind of sweating, you know, panic attacks every day. And you know, when I get worried about something, I start to fixate about something that isn't really, you know, related to the thing that I'm actually panicking about. You know, somebody's going to die unless I check the stovetop over and over and over.
In our modern Western world, we often rush from one thing to the other, letting ego dictate to us what we have to do. We can become stressed and overwhelmed as a result. Over the next 10 minutes, I want you to unwind and experience a deep sense of relaxation. Now picture yourself on a clean, clear, bright, warm, white beach. Whilst you are walking along this beach, feeling the warm sand beneath your feet, you notice a white canoe. You are compelled towards this canoe. You gently but lightly and lightly jump into this canoe. The feeling of the youthful spirit. Launch off into the ocean. Continue to breathe.
And
the most consistent things I read was that meditation really, really helped. So I downloaded these meditations from the internet, I put them on my iPod and I listened to them. And, you know, I really found that visualizations really helped me. And at the time, I'd been watching Johnny Depp's Dead Man. And at the very end of that movie, he gets pushed off into the ocean in a white canoe by this American Indian character who says to him as he's doing it, "This world will no longer concern you." So I started to imagine myself in a white canoe getting pushed off into the ocean, where this world would no longer concern me.